So, okay, here's a question. Uh, have you ever been attracted to a female in a video game?
Like a digital girl?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Dude, come on, no. Let me talk.
Okay,
Here.
all right, go ahead.
How old were we playing Tomb Raider, just watching?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Crawl through fucking tunnels with her big ass hanging out, dude. From that day on, dude, I'm I'm a total butt guy. Like that is my main feature, and it's fucking because of that game. She had a big boobs too, but like that. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I had a demo disc with like I don't even know what Tomb Raider. I think it was like the first PlayStation. I had a demo disc for it, and Tomb Raider was on there. I had no idea what the game was, but the only reason I would boot it up is because I got to run around as Lara Croft.
You got to jump up and down and whatnot.
That's funny. And then every game it just got a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, that was back in the day of like bodies were like blocky as hell, but
yeah, back before the video game industry realized what sexism was.
Right.
Yeah, what did we have back in Super Nintendo? We had like Chun-Li. Some classic stuff right there. Sonya.
Oh yeah, Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade.
So, were you guys into the actual video game character Sonya Blade, or were you into the actress who played Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat movie?
First Mortal Kombat, not the second ones or the ones after that. The first one was good for sure.
Yes.
Did you guys collect GI Joes when you were younger?
No, I could never do the GI Joe thing. They were just too like bendy and broke too easily for me.
We called them.
I rode my toys hard.
But I had a Sonya Blade GI Joe. She was pretty attractive. That's a classic one. She I can't remember where I put her. I wish I kept her. She's probably worth some money.
Just like an action figure? Or are you calling
like a little GI Joe? Like the little like we called them guys when we were younger. Like it was huge in my school, man. I come from like a 25 kid class, like a 500 kid school, like super small. But yeah, we had these little like tiny GI Joes, not the big ones, but the little ones. And yeah, I collected the Mortal Kombat genre. It was awesome.
I know that Travis collected a lot of Mortal Kombat figures, and he even had I think it was for Johnny Cage. He had the fucking Johnny Cage speedboat.
What?
They actually made a speedboat.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so amazing. And even more amazing is the fact that he's like, "Yes, I need to get this speedboat."
Oh yeah, he said he loved it.
That's awesome.
He took his Johnny Cage figure with him everywhere.
I was that with actually it was because I used to take them apart and just like put them all together and make really cool ones. So I had the body of Reptile and the head of a guy that kind of looked like the helmet of Master Chief. Now that I think about it, that was my favorite. I was building Master Chief before Halo even came out.
So. Not to put words in your mouth, but you're essentially saying you invented Master Chief.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest.
Gotta get these royalties.
No, so I have this story. Take it as truth or think I'm just bullshitting you. But I work at a ski resort, a pretty big ski resort, and the owner's daughter of the ski resort was hanging out with a developer from Bungie.
Here we go.
Developer from Reach. This is true.
Here we go.
This is true. Okay, so he was there. This was before Destiny came out. And I was like trying to get, some things in the next game out of him. Because what he did was he worked on like the grenade, the frag explosion graphics. That was mainly what he did. And
wait, so who is this guy again? I'm sorry.
I can't, to be honest, I cannot remember his freaking name. There's no proof in this anymore at all. But he was telling me if you get a job at Bungie, man, they like house you. And he has like all his stuff in there, like his mugs, coffee, plates, everything is just like Bungie Halo stuff. It's so cool. He had the sweet developer jacket on. I don't think this kid would go in that great lengths to fake this, but it was a reach.
So he was clearly surrounded by chicks with his
clearly. But no, I sat down with him and I started telling him what I want in a game. I was telling him how I want this like RPG first person shooter because I was like big in WoW at the time. And I'm like, I just want to be able to get in a group. You know, I think raids would be the next big thing. Like everybody has to do their own thing, kind of like the raids in World of Warcraft. And dude, I fucking swear to God, he told me, he's like, man, we're working on something just like that. And then you got fucking Destiny, dude. I'm telling you, I came up with the whole idea for Destiny too. Like,
so you're the father of Destiny, is what you're saying.
I basically created Master Chief and Destiny. So, like, shit, man.
What you're saying is you have enough evidence that would hold up in court that you are the invention. Yeah, you invented Master Chief and Destiny.
And fucking
not
Destiny.
To brag.
And I wish this guy from Destiny would just be like, you know, I did have this conversation with him, even if I didn't steal it. I wish he'd just like admit that I was fucking dead on with this fucking game, dude. I want him to admit it.
Well, what if he came out and said, yeah, you know, actually the idea from Destiny came from this ski resort?
I'd be happy and pissed at the same time. Dude. I'm not giving credit. But yeah. I was right, and you would all know I was right. So that would be pretty satisfying, I'd have to say.
So I saw on your guys' Twitter that one of you guys, and I apologize for not knowing who, but met Bravo.
I met not Bravo. Oh, God. Walshy. Yeah, I ran into Walshy.
Walshy. My bad.
Yeah, so Maddie and I went out to Gamers for Giving, the event out here in Michigan. So I'm in Detroit, and Maddie came out from Buffalo. It was a weekend-long event out at Eastern Michigan University organization, Gamers Outreach. This is, I think it was like 8th or 9th year of the event.
How long ago?
It was maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so really recent.
Very recently, yeah. So it was second weekend of March, so not even 3 weeks ago. Yeah, very recent. Anyway, Gamers Outreach put on this event to raise money for their organization. They create these really cool go-karts, they call them, and basically they retrofit nurse carts with a TV and an Xbox and take it to kids in hospitals. Fantastic idea, and they're raising money to build more of these carts. And him and I went out there. We wanted to check out the Halo tournament they're having and the entire LAN party that was set up there, and we were just kind of strolling around, checking out people's gaming rigs and stuff like that. And
checking out people's rigs, huh?
Yeah, checking out rigs, you know. So we're checking out some PCs, and we're standing there, and he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, look over there. Walshy's coming over. And it's funny to think about a professional gamer, like the first big name in Halo, like professional gaming, being like the celebrity that you look at and you're like, oh, God, I don't know what to say. Like, you think about just like actors, actresses. You're like, if I ran into them, and you just be like speechless or whatever because you're kind of awestruck. So, and I got that way with him for a second. I was like, man, this is crazy to think that this is how gaming has been elevated, at least in my mind and in the gaming like community. That you look at this guy who is really, really good at a video game, and you know, he's just kind of like a guy that you get awestruck with. But he was so nice, super chill, and was really curious about listening to what we had to say about our podcast. So we got to tell him about Delta Halo.
Did you guys invite him on?
No, we should have. God,
I would have.
I had absolutely no foresight. Like I said, I was awestruck, and I am lucky enough to have said, yeah, we have a podcast named Delta Halo.
I love you. Can I have your
autograph? But he was so into the event and the cause and everything, which is cool because, you know, he could have just showed up and been like, yeah, whatever, I got more important things to do, I'll make an appearance than leave. And but he was so into it, and he's just a really genuine guy. It was super cool.
That's really cool because I in my mind at least, I mean, I haven't met any competitive Halo player like on a professional level, you know. I've certainly met a lot of tryhards like online.
Right.
But who if you ask them, they'd be happy to tell you how professional they are. But
yeah.
But it seems like, and one of the things that's really hard for me to get, you know, why I have kind of kept like the true competitive Halo at like an arm's length until recently, is because they just all seem like utter fucking douchebags of the highest degree. But Walshy seems to be like a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, I think the greatest thing that has come out of this Halo World or the Halo Championship Series was the exposure and the ambassadors of Halo being at the forefront. So you got guys like Walshy, Bravo, I can't even think of any of the casters, but those two guys mainly, and Strong Side, and those guys seem, very genuine. I can't speak for Bravo or Strong Side, but I mean Walshy, very genuine, very professional, and not at all what you would think of as just a big douchebag. And I totally get where you're coming from, though, because you look at a team like CLG, they are the bad guys. They seem like
that's what
total shows.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No.
I have to put out there that like I could not ever see myself rooting for those guys because they just seem like a group of 4 utter fucking asshole douchebags.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but I love it, dude. They give that element in it. They got that hate element, dude. Haters gonna hate, right? I mean, no, but seriously, like they give that like just so much more excitement being assholes like that. So I don't hate the fact that they are assholes, and it's funny that you mentioned this because a couple episodes after they went to this event, that was one of my main questions. Like, what were the personality of these people? Like, were they douchebags like that? So like I had the same perception as you. Like I just figured they're all probably just a bunch of cocky dickheads. But like he's saying, and I mean even seeing Nated when he took his MVP trophy, like he had honor, man. He wasn't a douche. Like he congratulated the assholes and and was like really like nice about it and like better than probably a lot of like professional sports stars. And I mean this guy just lost. He just got $500,000, but he just lost another $500,000 too. So, it's crazy to see that be like that. Sorry, I just lost my video. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Walshy seems like a cool guy. But yeah, like my impression in general is anyone who is up on that stage, it's guilty until proven innocent to me. That they all seem like I could not stand to be in a room with them for more than 5 minutes.
Do you watch many Twitch streams? Do you follow any of those guys on Twitch?
No, not really. No.
I can only say I gotta say I've only watched a few of them, and there's a few of them that I will say, douche, man, total douche. They talk trash on everybody, even if they're not playing them. They're just like, yeah, that guy's a chode, he's an asshole, like, and they're not even playing him. It's just like out of nowhere. Maybe they're talking to their Twitch chat or whatever, and I'll say, yeah, okay, I'm not going to follow him. And one guy that comes to mind is Kratos, which is really too bad because I really loved Allegiance, but finding out that about him, I was just kind of like, man, you guys seem like the good guys, but you're such a chode. Like, I don't want to root for you now.
Kratos out, are you?
Yeah, but I mean, it was hard for me because Nated's, such a good guy.
I know, like, you got Nated on there, that's crazy.
It's hard, but yeah, I find that following some guys on Twitch and actually watching them when they're not competing, you get to know their personality a little bit more. I'll say I was a huge Flame Sword hater for the longest time because I was like, everyone's gushing over this Optic Flame Sword guy. First off, people were loving Optic as an organization, and this Flame Sword guy was like, this is bullshit. Like, why does anyone care about these people that are streaming and playing video games? Until I've kind of had my eyes open to the whole scene, and now following him.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Well, no, about Flamesword saying like it's all bullshit or something.
Yeah, so before we started our podcast and before I really got into the content creation side, so like streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, things like that, I always thought it was so weird that Optic Gaming as an organization was looked up to as like this holy grail of organizations. Every single person was like a golden boy, God's gift, and I was like, what the hell, man? These guys are just playing video games for you on like a stream. Like, what is the big deal? I was ignorant, I had no idea until like I went and looked at it a little bit closer, watched the stream, and now, I have respect, and especially for Flamesword, he seems like a good dude. He was at Gamers for Giving. I didn't get to actually speak with him, but he was around, and I got respect for what he does now.
Cool.
That's cool. I know that he helped write the Titanfall strategy guide.
Really?
Because I remember he had that beard.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that beard. Yep.
Yeah. I'd recognize that beard anywhere.
It's pretty fantastic, I will say, even in person. It's great.
Funny, I wish I could have made it.
So you guys follow the professional scene way, way, way harder than I do. I've the first real like professional Halo I watched was the matchup at X Games between CLG and EG.
Well, you caught a good one.
Oh my god, dude, that was epic.
Yeah,
that was
you can't beat that.
Yeah, that was the craziest fucking rounds I've ever seen.
So you're saying I shouldn't watch anything else?
You've pretty much peaked.
We actually, dude, it's funny. A lot of things you say, I've already talked, like in our past episodes, we were talking about how like epic it was for X Games and how the last actual championship series was just like a blowaway. And like, I guess you can't always and like, we started talking about how they produced ladders and how, because they really had an upset CLG versus EG right off the bat. EG got bumped out, and probably lost them a ton of money because they probably could have made it. But yeah, the X Games one was so epic, and the other one was just such a blowaway that like, I was really craving some more of that X Games shit, dude. That was like, my girlfriend was into it, dude. And like, to have your girlfriend be into something like, oh my god, I need to see these guys play again. Like, she's on the edge of her seat, and she doesn't give a shit about Halo. So like, that, dude, you tuned into a good game. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. And then I watched the almost the entirety of the next event, which was the help me out.
The regionals?
Yeah, there you go. And that was a really fun weekend. I only caught the championship match for the championship series, this most recent one, which I was let down by.
Yeah, it was a total letdown because, and I think the biggest reason was there were two big storylines going into it, and well, actually, I guess I got to say three. So one, Allegiance was the top ranked team in qualifying all the way up until regionals, I believe. So all of the qualifying rounds went online. So all the matches were online. They were the top online team. And then, as you know, all of the big events were on LAN. So it's a totally different dynamic to get your team together in person as opposed to playing online. So that was a big storyline. Could this team come in as an online dominator and perform against these guys on LAN? Two, Lethal leaving EG, who beat them at X Games. Will he be able to be all the way carried to the finals or help his team get to the finals and win that $1 million? And then three, Allegiance coming in from their side of the bracket to get to the finals with a huge comeback against Renegades. There was a lot going on, and it was just such a fizzle. The capture the flag match on Coliseum, the first round, was awesome. They had to replay it, but once CLG3 capped them right off the bat, it was like, yep, this is over. This is going to be a 4-0, no problem. And
it showed so such promise at first. That first match, I was like, sitting there rubbing my hands together, like thinking like, all right, this is going
to be good.
This could go like the whole 7. Like, this is amazing. Like, these teams are so evenly matched. This is going to be great. And then of course, I was let down tremendously.
Yeah.
After that,
it was unreal. Those guys, for as douchebaggy as a vibe they put off, they are fucking good at Halo. That's all you can say.
I was honestly just thinking that.
They were in sync.
Fucking shitheads. They're like, I guess they earn the right to be assholes. Not that they should be, but like, man, they are fucking good.
Yeah,
dude.
they're at the top of the mountain looking down at everybody else. What is anyone else to say?
Yeah, like we were saying, dude. Just looking forward to these roster shakeups, man. They gotta put together some team that's gonna fucking challenge these guys. They're good. And
That's the thing.
they gotta start putting the right people together, and you're gonna see that shit. We were talking about it. Like, there's gonna be a huge rattle. There already has been a little bit in the esports community for teams and everything, and their rosters. It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, like
So let's put a pin in that real quick, because I definitely want to come back to that.
Sure.
But so I want to ask you guys a few questions. I'm a novice. I'm a noob. I'm a proud noob here, and I want to learn more. Okay. So school me a bit. Why are there just so many fucking shakeups when it comes to rosters? I mean, I personally have always just kind of thought that, like, it feeds back into my whole asshole theory. Like, these are just like kids whose balls barely have dropped, like they're just super immature. Like, they don't know a good thing when they see it. Like, their emotions are like, these guys could never be Jedi.
No, for sure. They don't have the discipline. They have too much anger. They would just be on the dark side every time. But
exactly.
Oh, yeah, you notice when you're watching stuff, they have their coaches in the back and stuff. Like, it's a legit team. And then, like, so what I mean by we're going to see a lot of shakeups in the rosters and stuff like that, because you saw it in the beginning. You saw EG EG lose one of their highest players to fucking CLG, which probably proved their downfall in the end, which sucks. I mean, snipe down is ridiculous, but now that there's so much money on the line, I mean, God, they won $1 million. Winning team won $1 million. There's going to be sponsors now, and you can see some teams like Optic Gaming, like the EG, like they can actually they can revamp their entire team, take all those whole kids out. They're going to keep the same name. Now, those kids aren't evil genius. Like, they didn't create it. Like, it's their actual genre, and like the people who own these teams. I mean, I'm sure some teams like that have their name. Maybe Skyfire for one.
That's your favorite team.
The entire team. Yeah,
I've never even heard of them.
They're the Asian persuasion.
Yeah, they're from China, I believe.
Oh.
I always root for them. I just like them.
That was Cat's pick to win it all. They didn't win a single game.
No, that's why. But I mean, you can see, dude, they're starting to act like a legitimate, like, sports teams. Like, there's trading, there's drafting.
Yeah, but there's no contracts.
There is actually, which is, well, that's the funny part. That's the part I'm not 100% on. So
we're actually trying to figure that out.
So let's use Allegiance as an example, and I think this put it into the best perspective for me to understand how it works. So.
You love Allegiance, man.
I do. So it came out about...
Let me just say, Travis loves Allegiance.
All right, we're on the same page. There we go.
But I think he denies it, but I think he likes it because their emblem is a star.
I mean, it's a sick logo.
Just like the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, no.
See, I hate Allegiance because I think just because Sargent loves him so much. I also hate any Pittsburgh team, too, because he's from Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Pittsburgh.
He just gets so excited about everything, I just have to hate it.
There's always got to be someone shutting me down.
I'm that fucking asshole.
All right, so...
Sorry, so you were saying.
So back to Allegiance. So the roster shakeups happen, and Nated comes out on Twitter saying he was backstabbed by his organization, Allegiance. The team completely broke up. They're starting to build their team around one of their other players, L-Town now. And
let me stop you there. Backstabbed.
Yeah, so
fucking L-Town, first of all.
So because of this kind of outburst that Nated had on Twitter saying he was backstabbed, their owner and CEO of Allegiance came out and explained where this backstab came from and how it could be kind of misconstrued.
And let me just add, pretend like I know nothing.
Yeah. So this organization has an owner. They look for the best players to play under their banner. And as I came to find out, they had a contract. They were paid monthly to perform for their team. And as they won, they took a % of the winnings, and the organization took a cut as well. So as the season ends, contracts run out, at least for Allegiance. That's how they were structured. Contracts run out. Team basically says, so mid-season, Allegiance said they wanted to build next year's roster around Nated. He was their cornerstone. That's who they wanted to build their next team around.
Yeah, and for those not to know, he's quite the celebrity in the competitive Halo world.
Yes, and if you ever watch, you'll know because he has a battle cry that is unrivaled. But
fans go fucking
battle
nuts.
cry?
he just is yelling, screaming. If you hear him going off against his team, like, and it's not even negative. He's so hyped. He's got so much energy. You know they're playing well. It's when he goes quiet that they're in trouble.
Okay.
Their team, L-Town, Suspector, Nated, and Kratos. Those were the 4. They teamed together for the entire season.
And Kratos, as we've established earlier, is a dick.
Yeah, Chode Man. Yeah.
Got it.
Chode Man.
Suspector, I'll say he was definitely their top performer throughout Worlds. And then L-Town, very good support player, kind of filled his role. And then Nated as well was kind of right there. That's kind of what he does. He's a good hype man. He's kind of glue for the team. So Nated being a 15-year vet, he's been competing in Halo professionally for 15 years. That's unheard of. He's only 25. I mean, that's ridiculous. So he's been going at it for a long time. Hasn't ever won a championship. Always been, the bride. Never.
No.
Always the
bridesmaid.
Never the bride. That's what it is.
How has Halo really been out for 15 years?
Maybe
Well,
he's been competing for
it came
10.
out 2001, right?
He's been competing for 10. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I got my numbers mixed up.
10 sounds right. Because I was thinking, man, I had to pay some dude at Walmart that was 18 years old to go and get me the game. So
Did you really?
yeah, dude, we were only
You didn't
17.
have parents?
I could drive in 17, so I drove to the store, but we had to pay some old guy to buy it. Because when we got there, we didn't realize they were going to sell us a mature. I don't know.
I don't think we knew it was mature at the time.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of new to Xbox. I went to Xbox because of Morrowind, and that was the second game I bought. So yeah, that was what was that? That was 11 years ago. So I guess the original Halo was probably out for, I would say, a good 2 years before that.
2 or 3.
So 10 years is probably
10 years. My mistake on that one.
Yeah, I'll call you out. I'll call you right out.
So,
Master.
He threw it down.
Yeah,
threw the gauntlet down.
That's what he does. He's always calling me out.
Hey, I'm just fighting for the listeners. I want them to get the right.
So, as I was kind of talking about this open letter, so the CEO comes out, writes this long explanation for the situation that happens, and in doing so, he was very transparent in talking about the negotiations that the players and the organization had to each other. And basically what he said was they had contracts for the season for the players. They were being paid $500 a month, which, first off, $500 a month is, if that's what you're solely doing, that's absolutely insane. And so they kind of said, we are the first seeded team in this entire competition. We need to be paid more. So they lobbied for $1,000 a month. It was granted. They got, I think, the entire cut of their winnings from tournaments. The organization backed out and said, you know what, we support you guys. We think you can do great things. And somewhere along the line, it broke down, and they decided that, it was either down to Nated or L-Town to build the team around. And I think that's where the backstabbing came from, because Nated felt like, man, you told me mid-season that you wanted to build a team around me. What the hell is happening? Why are you having to change your heart to go with L-Town now? And so I think that's kind of where the backstab came from. And it's just an unfortunate situation. None of them wanted to continue to play with each other for whatever reason. And so here we are. Nated's a free agent and looking for a team.
So yeah, if you guys have any openings. But I mean, so you hear me on other episodes that every time I tune in, L-Town's fucking blowing it. Why are they going it around him? Sergeant says he's really good, but I swear to God, the first time on the X Games, the first time I saw L-Town, he just jumped off the map. Like, just jumped off. Like, I don't know.
He pulled what I like to call a Justin.
What's that?
Jumping off the fucking map.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage to the highest degree, basically.
Yeah. Saboteur.
So after that game, I was telling Sergeant, I'm like, dude, how is L-Town even a pro? Like, I didn't think he was very good at all. So he was backing him up. So I'm like, okay, I give him another shot. I tune in the championship series, and the first thing he does, dude, first screen of L-Town, he fucking blows himself up with a rocket. Like, what is this kid doing? How does he even get here? Now they're building a team.
I have a theory when it comes to the professional players and rockets, and that's that no professional player can truly handle rockets, because every time I see anyone in the matches I've seen, at least, they always waste the rockets or end up killing themselves or just totally whiffing on their shot. I mean, none of them can use rockets.
It takes a true
noob. True noob.
I'm going to say true expert to run the rockets.
It takes someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing to kill everybody on the other team with a rocket, to be honest. That plasma caster. They're really good with the plasma caster, though. The railgun is just stupid.
That gun is absolute shit. I don't know who uses that thing.
Dude, I fucking use it, dude. I love that gun. Take it back. Fuck you.
No. I will never.
Oh, man. I'll come out. You had a Hydra video that's come out on YouTube. I'm going to fucking bring the plasma caster video out. Raping Sergeant Bobcat with the plasma caster.
Rival the Hydra video with the plasma caster.
That's good shit, dude.
But so you were saying L-Town sabotaged himself by shooting himself with a rocket.
Yeah, I saw it with these eyes.
So yeah, I mean it's definitely an interesting move for them to build around him, because while I said he's a good support player. He plays his role. I wouldn't say he's really that star slayer that a team needs, nor is Nated, but he's definitely like a captain. He's got that veteran leadership. L-Town relatively new to the scene, I think. And so it's an interesting move for them to choose him. And while we're talking about allegiance, Suspector, their top dog, went over to Evil Geniuses as the roster mania kicked off. So they're loading up with some good talent.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, who's y'all's favorite teams? We have the Chinese team.
You got
Skyfire
Dragons over there.
I was calling them Starfire for a while.
So, Brendan, what's your favorite team?
Gosh, it was Allegiance, because I think solely because I really liked Nated. I liked his game, but I was always pulling for Evil Geniuses also. Lunchbox, Roy, Snipe Down.
Yeah, to be honest, because since the X Games, you had that good guys versus bad guys vibe, and I always liked Evil Geniuses too. So like, I would go with like legitimately Evil Geniuses, secretly Skyfire.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty public with your support of Skyfire. Are you sure it's not secretly Evil Geniuses?
They want to send me a T-shirt, I'll fucking wear it.
I have to say my favorite is Evil Geniuses as well, but that's because they have two brothers on the team.
Yeah?
Yeah, and, Travis and I are brothers.
Yeah, that's a good choice right there.
I like a lot of Supernatural. You ever watch that show? It's really about some brothers.
No, I've never watched Supernatural. I've heard good things about it, but
you have a brother and you don't watch Supernatural? Dude, you guys got to get on it's like basically a brotherly love show.
Well, it's not like I'm into specific media that has to do with loving one's brother.
You'll love it, dude. I'm just saying. It's my favorite show, to be honest.
I've been watching a lot of The Wire. And you guys watch The Wire?
No, I've never gotten into it.
I watched Once Upon a Time.
What?
For the 100. Do you guys watch the 100?
No.
Shit, man. The guy named Bellamy in the 100 looks just like Walshy. Like, that's his, like... Dude, every time I see Walshy, that's who I think of. Fucking Bellamy.
So...
He'll probably love that, dude. That's a compliment.
So, So, The Wire. What's The Wire all about?
So, okay, it's a little complicated. It was an HBO show that started like around 2002. I think it ran to maybe 2006, 2007. And of course, with HBO shows, there's not always a new season every year. Mm-hmm. So there was like a few years in between a couple of seasons. But it's essentially about a police division in Baltimore. And, each season has to do with like kind of a different scenario. So like the second season had to do with like crime going on at like the docks in Baltimore. And the season I'm on right now, the fourth season out of 5, has to do with like little kind of like kid gangsters, like middle school age.
Oh, all right. Professional Halo players.
Just less douchey.
Okay, gotcha.
Younger kids are awesome.
It's really good, but you have to have a lot of patience in watching it because the first half of the first season is really slow. Okay. But the way the writer, the creator, and I guess he writes some of the episodes, but the creator kind of described it in one of the audio commentaries was he approached it more like he approaches each season not as like a TV season necessarily, but more as like a novel. In that, you read a book, some chapters are slower than others, but you have to kind of lay that groundwork in order for the rest of the book to kind of make sense. So that's kind of why the first half of the first season is kind of slow, is they're kind of putting all the pieces in place.
Gotcha. So it's a lot of, solving crimes, things like that?
In a way, yeah, except it takes a whole season, kind of. I mean,
okay.
It's called Wire, so there's a lot of, like, wiretaps and all that. It deals mostly with, like, drug dealing in Baltimore.
Gotcha.
Sounds pretty good. My girlfriend would like that shit. She likes that real stuff. I like anything with dragons and fucking magic.
See, I'm not a big dragons and magic guy. I'm a huge. I like space stuff, so I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
There you go.
To be honest, my favorite show genre, movie genre, are anything to do with the future. If they show shit from the future, I'm fucking in, dude.
So, are you a big Back to the Future 2 fan?
Back to the Future were good. Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, all right.
Fifth Element,
love that
one
movie.
Of the best. iRobot, fucking awesome.
I'll shake my hand back and forth on iRobot.
Will Smith's best movie aside from I like Men in Black too. I like that shit.
Ali was good. Did you ever see Ali?
Nope.
Oh God, Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness. Damn.
Isn't Ali the one with his son?
No, Ali's about Muhammad Ali.
Okay, what is the one Will Smith where he had his son that just like bombed? I don't know what movie it is. Probably no one remembers it.
That was relatively recent. I never saw it.
It was
like a future type movie.
I think Will Smith put that kid up for adoption after that. Yeah, my fucking son.
Speaking of Will Smith, I just watched Concussion.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was okay. I can see why it didn't get an Oscar nod.
Is it worth watching though?
It is. If
buying or pirating?
Either. I bought it, but I have no qualms about pirating something if I have a question about it.
Yeah, if it sucks, I'm pirating the shit out of it. No, Blue Mountain State, that's a buy. You buy that movie. Do you guys ever watch
Blue Mountain State?
Have you guys ever watched this show?
Where is that coming from?
Fuck, man. Honestly, it's just like it was a show. It was like ridiculously over the top, like raunchy, funny kind of stuff. It finally got canceled, and they came out with Kickstarter and made a movie. So I think you should buy it because they worked so hard to bring that shit to us. It was awesome.
No.
They gave their blood, sweat, and tears.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous.
You talk about a Kickstarter movie, you gotta watch Kung Fury.
That's
Never
a
heard of it.
Kickstarter movie, huh?
Never heard of Kung Fury? Oh
no.
My God. Look it up, it's on YouTube. Kung Fury.
It's like the most known like Kickstarter movie out there.
Oh God, it's so good. Hasselhoff is in like the extended scenes. He has like a music video that he's in. Oh, you gotta watch it. It's insane. Over the top, like karate.
We all have homework tonight.
Fighting Hitler back in time with Vikings and dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Time travel.
So it seems like a movie based heavily on like kind of internet memes.
Oh yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It is like if you've been on the internet in the past 2 years, it like speaks directly to you. It's totally like a cult film. Like it has so many of those weird inside, like just weird humor, but it's absolutely hilarious.
I'm gonna watch
Kung Furious?
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury. Okay.
Yep.
I'll check that out later. Yeah.
I watched Deadpool the other day. That shit was good. Deadpool was good.
I went and saw Batman v Superman.
What are your thoughts about that? I'm very curious.
I watched Deadpool the other day. That shit was good. Deadpool was good.
I
went and saw Batman v Superman.
What are your thoughts about that? I'm very curious.